Good evening. Today is May 13th, and we are here for the Auburn Town Meeting, Auburn Public Health Meetings. I think I'm in the wrong meeting. Welcome. Go ahead, you may start.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have, the agenda is going to have a discussion for tobacco regulation review.
Okay.
And we do have one set of minutes in your packets that we can have you take a look at. And then if the minutes seem to be okay, perhaps we can get a motion to approve those.
Okay. When I looked, the only question that I had was, I had a few minutes to look over, is on the second page, and perhaps I am misunderstanding, but where it says Eric, and kind of down the middle there, Eric Otterson makes a motion to close the hearing. Can he make a motion to close the hearing, or perhaps he can?
No, actually, I don't. I didn't see that. It's on the fee schedule. Sorry about that.
No, that's,
Yep.
sometimes, you
I
know
think
what?
he,
Sometimes he says, I'll entertain a
a
motion to
motion,
close the
yeah.
hearing. I've done that myself, I've said that, and it
Yeah.
sounds like I'm saying I make a
Yep.
motion, but it's entertaining a motion, yeah.
Okay.
so we can verify that, because I think, I do know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes says I'll entertain a motion.
Right.
So we
yes.
can check that. I'm happy to hold them for next time if you want. Give us a chance to
Well,
verify.
I think that probably was
It was
the
only
issue.
two of you.
Yeah, I think that was just the issue, that he probably said, I'll entertain a motion, and it sounds like that's happened before, so,
Yeah, we'll be
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
So that was to close the meeting?
Yes,
Yes.
to close the hearing.
But other than that, I didn't think I saw anything else.
Because it's so many in there.
I know.
But yeah, it probably was that.
Let's see.
And the only other thing is Eric entertained the motion to adjourn.
Yeah, the same sort of scenario. Yeah, at the bottom of the
Mhm.
last page.
Okay. So in all honesty, I can't remember if you or I are the ones that actually made the motion.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
I
it says
remember
he's
reading that.
moved to adjourn the meeting. Yep, you can't.
Yeah.
But it may have been one of these things where he said, entertain a motion, and
Yeah.
he could have piped up at the same
Yeah, who
time.
makes the motion?
Yeah.
I know, sometimes we say, who makes the motion?
Yep. We'll review it, and we'll have
Yeah.
these changes for you for next time.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Apologize. Okay.
Okay, yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So we have also for discussion tonight, tobacco regulation review. And I know we've talked about this in the past. We've had, in the past year, we've had tobacco hearings for retailers that may have sold to minors and enforcement action. We've talked about the time that it takes for the office to follow up on the paperwork that comes from those checks. What I wanted to do is just update you a little bit on what we have going on for the tobacco regulation. So, related in this field, we, as you know, we belong to the Worcester Regional Tobacco Coalition Collaborative. And we had the opportunity recently, last week, we had the inspector that does the educational checks and compliance checks came to town. At our request, we were able to have both Jordan and Eileen go out with the inspector to get a feel for what they're checking when they're in town. So in the past, we've done this a couple of years ago, but with all of the changes that have happened, kind of statewide and in individual towns and locally with our regs, we kind of knew that we were going to be making some changes to the regulation, so we kind of want to see what is happening currently when our inspector goes in to do checks. So Eileen and Jordan were able to go out with our inspector Eric and got kind of a great overview of things to check. We felt that that was beneficial also for us because Jordan and Eileen are often in the establishments that we permit several times a year for routine inspections. So, for example, when Jordan goes in to do a regular routine inspection, she can, while she's there, also check 3 to 5 items that we're looking for to make sure tobacco products and vape products are not in, say, for example, like in reachable distance for use in the community. So we felt that that was a positive experience to be able to have some education, and I think Jordan thoroughly enjoyed it. Jordan, do you want to comment on?
Yeah, it was very informative. Our inspector through the Worcester Regional Tobacco Control Coalition, I think that's what it stands for. His name is Eric Jack. He's very informative. He has it down to a science. He was very educational. He provided lots of stickers to make sure that every establishment had the appropriate signage, that things are out of reach and secure to the public. It was very eye-opening, and I think not only I learned something new, several things new, but some of the establishments were able to kind of get a little refresher course from that too. So that was really nice.
And we also have every year the region does a like an annual meeting. So they do it sometime around this time of year. I believe our meeting is coming up in June. So we'll go to that meeting. We'll get all the latest of what's happening, and then hopefully get some ideas too for what we want to do here. So I know our regulation that we have is several years old now. I think the last time it was updated was 8 years ago, 2011. And a lot has changed. Vaping, as you may know, has kind of taken off. And, some concerning health unknowns with vaping. The State Department of Public Health has also, literally just announced a vape campaign, some educational information regarding vaping, and we got some cool signs that Jordan was able to get when she was out with Eric as well, things that we kind of, I think, want to incorporate into, at least education for the retailers that are selling these products. So the state has a new campaign. We'd like to kind of explore that and see if we need to you know, if we want to offer anything with that. We'd like to look at our regulation to see how we can update it. And I wanted to be able to give you some information tonight because I think that with any of the regulations, when we're updating them, it takes some time to go through. So I have in your packets what I'd like to just get the feel from the board of what you'd like to do. I have in the packets the current regulation that we have for Auburn, and then Jordan was able to get regulations for surrounding towns and some towns, about 6 or 7 of surrounding regulations. And then I also have underneath, I think I had it sideways here, we actually have a template regulation that's, I'm going to say kind of brand new, from 2018. It's a sample regulation restricting the sale of tobacco products. So that is what we got from the collaborative. And this is basically kind of a grocery list of what type of decisions that you would like to see regarding the regulations. So you can look at each of the towns, see how, see what they chose, and then we can also look and see from the sample regulation, they have a checklist here, I think it's 1 through 22. Do you have it? Is this right here? Maybe that one. So we have kind of a listing of the policy decisions. So, for example, you can restrict no sales within 500 feet of a school. Currently, in our own reg, I think it's kind of something that may be similar that the board considered a while ago was the setback distance. So if somebody came outside of a building, you can't smoke within 25 feet of the entranceway. So that was to prevent if somebody's right outside the door and every time the door opens, the negative air pressure pulls the secondhand smoke into the building. So that was something that the board had put in place back in 2011. No person shall smoke in any area within 25 feet of an entranceway. But they're talking about no sales within 500 feet of a school. So just, to try to think about how you'd like to, or what you'd like to consider. Capping or reducing the number of permits. Currently, I think we have about 25 or so tobacco permits. Some towns have considered not allowing any new permits. Flavored tobaccos, that seems to be a really hot one that people talk about because a lot of the products coming out now are aiming towards getting a select group with like watermelon flavors, things that may be attractive to kids, raspberry, watermelon, coconut, all these kind of fruity flavors that are more so you kind of think that are not associated with tobacco, but it's a whole market geared towards attracting a different clientele. Banning blunt wraps, banning vending machines, healthcare institutions. So I think CVS has already taken that step to not, as a policy, they don't sell tobacco products any longer. So there's a whole bunch of things that we could consider, but I wanted you to at least take a look. This is picture kind of like the end all. We could do all of them, none of them, one of them, two of them. But this will at least help you when you're looking at some of the town regulations to kind of see which way they went and what types of things that they're talking about. So not making any decisions tonight, just kind of giving you packets of information for you to look over. And then what I'm thinking is, over the next couple of meetings, we can come and talk about, okay, geez, I really like this regulation, or I like this piece out of this one, and then we can kind of cut and paste into a regulation that works for this town and what the board would
And
like
it
to see.
definitely makes sense with all the new changes in the state law.
Yeah.
And this being 8 years old,
Yeah.
that we at least look at it.
Sure.
So,
Definitely. Yep.
and then looking at these other things, it's wonderful to have
good.
that kind of a
Yeah,
reference.
thank you.
Yeah.
to bounce. You be able to get Eric this package before the next meeting?
Eric, I'm sorry, who?
Could you get our chairman?
Eric Otterson, I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking Eric Jack. We were talking about Eric.
Yeah, no.
Sure,
So that
absolutely.
he
We
has
have a
time
packet
to
for him.
digest
Yes.
that before the
Yep.
next meeting.
Yeah, we have a packet ready to go for him, and we'll be dropping it off. So absolutely, I'm thinking maybe at the next meeting, we can kind of talk about maybe things that you have ideas about, and then we can just kind of start highlighting and putting together pieces of our regulation. The other thing that I also had in mind was, we also have the regional collaborative to be able to come out to provide advisement. That's also something that they do as part of providing service to us through the grant, because ultimately they get grant funds to do this work. They will come out to show us products of what they're selling in these retail stores, because sometimes, I mean, I personally don't smoke. I'm not sure I would know all the products now that they're marketing. So they can come out and basically do a show and tell of some of the products that you may or may not know provide tobacco or nicotine to the public. And then further, they also have policy guidance, so they'll have somebody in a legal advisement be able to come and speak to the board about any specific legal questions if those come up. And they've done, they go to Board of Health meetings to do just that service. So I figured we can at least get a timeline. I'm not thinking this is something we're going to do very quickly.
No.
We do have tools to help us put this together. But I'm thinking over several months we can put it together and maybe come with, once we kind of have like a sample regulation and a list of questions, we can invite.
I'd like to try to set a goal, end of the summer by early fall, to try to have,
Yeah.
I don't want to drag it out.
Drag it,
for-
right,
with,
right.
Absolutely.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
So that's great. I was kind of thinking, it would probably take us like 3 months.
Yeah.
3 to 4 months, I think is definitely, we can do a little bit at each meeting.
Right.
Or we can have like a workshop meeting,
Right.
where we can kind of bang out just tobacco.
I think once we have a chance to go over it,
Yeah.
and next meeting, kind of like, where do we want to go with it? If it's just, making some changes here or there, versus completely rewriting the whole thing. We completely rewrite the whole thing, I think that's obviously going to be a lot more labor intensive than just making a few changes in a few sections. So.
Yeah.
All right, so are you comfortable with, kind of thinking over the summer we'll be able to put regulation together?
I think so.
And then maybe at the next meeting or meeting after that, then we can invite advisement if the board wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least July, if not August.
Right, right. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I think it would be helpful, even if, and Jordan, was out and saw these products, it's very eye-opening, I think, to at least see the products. So I'd like for the board to at least see these things.
Yeah.
If you don't see them all the time, or you're not recognizing what they are when you go into a retail store. I think it'd be helpful at least to see and explain how they're used.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's any just.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's great.
Seeing them. I don't know either what they have that much.
Yep. And if we're gonna, if we're going to change our regulation in any way, I think it's important that we all have an understanding of it.
Right.
It's a lot different than cigars and cigarettes nowadays.
Yeah,
The
it
type
is.
So-
and chew.
Yeah, it's very different now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So you have in your packet, the only thing that I would ask, and we can be the keeper of the packets if you want, and hold on to them and then bring them out before the meeting, or if you want to hold on to them, if you could just bring the packets back.
Okay.
We can, give you envelopes and hold on to your binders, and does that sound okay?
Mhm.
Okay, whatever's easier.
Mhm.
All right, so we will, Paula, we'll plan on, for the next meeting, we'll have it on for discussion. And then we'll get Eric's packet out to him.
Sounds good.
All right. Is it okay to keep going?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So in the updates, animal control, dog license reminders, the dog license deadline has come and gone, and so now we need to just remind people, if you haven't licensed your dog, we need people to do so, and there are late fees at this point. I think I already told you about the June meeting. I'll let you know the exact date. I'm not sure we have it yet, but we'll let you know. So for solid waste, we have the spring yard waste schedule. That seems to be going well for us, so we tried something a little different this year to do the leaf and the compost, the leaf and the yard waste is being picked up curbside
Yes.
on the day of your normal pickup, and it seems that we've received less calls and some more positive comments
Oh, good.
that it seems to be going well. So hopefully you have the same experience. Just wanted to let you know that. And we also had, was not this past weekend, but a week ago, we had the townwide cleanup. Awesome turnout of volunteers. We had a ton of volunteers, which was fabulous. And it was a little bit cloudy. We had a little rain, but not so bad. And we got a ton of trash and recycling picked up. So that went very well. And we had metal recycling, and we had tire pickup, and also paper shredding. So. Yeah, and batteries. So it was very exciting. Central Mass Mosquito Control, just wanted to let you know the update for this. They were at this event, and they've been at numerous events that we've had, Household Hazardous Waste Day, this cleanup, and recently they got us a flyer. It's actually very nice. Jordan was able to make some copies. They'll actually, because we're part of the program, they'll pick up any tires at anywhere in Auburn. So if there's a pile of tires, they'll help us with that to try to reduce the areas where West Nile or Tripoli can germinate. So that's very helpful for us. The emergency preparedness update, I just wanted to let you know the Region 2 Public Health Coalition. So they have a series of some exercises coming up, some call-down exercises, which you may have, you may get through either text or calling your cell phone. They have to do quarterly exercises. So I just wanted to let you be aware to make sure you know that this is happening. Their goal is always to do the exercises on a regular basis so that people are in the habit of knowing that we may get calls. Should there be a real emergency, this is the way that we are going to find out. So we have a series of notifications that come through, and the board obviously is an important part of it. So you will get periodic calls. There's also a tabletop that is scheduled in the near future, and I believe Eileen will be in attendance for that. So it's all in an effort to try to prepare us in small ways and big ways in the event of an emergency. So we continue to attend the regional meetings, monthly meetings. Flu season, we have our vaccine ordered for next year, so we're happy about that. And the office update, I just want to let you know, I don't know if you had heard about this, but Citizen Leadership Academy, this is a goal of the town manager and Board of Selectmen, and it's ongoing right now. I believe there's about 17 people signed up for this academy, and it happens over the course of about 10 plus weeks. It's a weekly academy, 2.5 hours each week, and I'm happy to tell you we had ours the last 2 weeks. The staff did presentations and also exhibits of our equipment, the public health trailer, the mercury shed in the back. Jordan did an awesome presentation along with Eileen, and then we had a series of, so we had public health, we had solid waste, animal control this past Thursday, and then the previous week we had planning, building, economic development. So it's a nice way for people to hear what we do and ask questions. So it was I think we kept everybody here till 9 o'clock. They
Yeah.
were so
Yeah.
they were so excited, so actually stayed longer. So I just wanted to make you aware of something that it's a second year, so it seems to be going well. Paula, you have the report?
Fine. I'm gonna look at the file.
Oh, okay.
Grab that.
Communications. Okay, so we'll hold on that just for a minute. And for inspections, we can give you a report at the next meeting, but I think we have two establishments, I think, in process. One restaurant,
Very early
and
stages in a restaurant.
and a convenience
And a
store.
convenience store that should be opening up fairly soon. We have given them the go-ahead to open up. I think it's just final details and getting the store stocked and ready. So hopefully that gets squared away pretty soon. For inspections, routine inspections, I think we're probably around 65-70% done for this first half of the year. So chugging along.
Thank you so much.
Doing a good job. A lot of healthy people. Or very few unhealthy people.
We have great
And the
support
maiden
and a
report,
great
that is.
nurse here. All right, and so finally, I just wanted to, in your packets, I gave you something that we're very excited about. So Eileen has been working very closely with Kristen Pappas for the Recreation and Culture Department. And the farmers market is going to be now every Thursday, the same night as the concert on the Common. So this is kind of a new, the farmers market's not new, but it's kind of a new initiative to try to bring the market to where people already are. So kind of excited about it. And Eileen and Kristen have been working very hard with local business and also people in the community that want to see, this succeed. So this is the flyer. So it's going to be June through August, and we have the dates here. 4 to 8. We're hoping that the market, because I think people start coming to, the thought is if we have people come to the market ahead of time, the concert starts, I think it's 6 o'clock, 6 to 8, and then we'll have this a couple hours before so people can come, they can, look at the market, shop, get some fresh fruits and veggies, and just kind of have fun. It's a nice family type atmosphere, and the farmers market is just it's a nice way to kind of put like a health initiative along with something that's fun that people come to anyways. So I put the farmers market and also the concert series so that you would know, the dates here. And what we're trying to do is, excuse me, we'd like to have a presence at least, I don't know that we can commit to all of them, but we'd like to have a presence at least at some of them, and I know you've done this in the past, Carolyn, to have a Board of Health table set up where we can talk to people, bring educational information. We can focus different, a couple different weeks on different topics. We're trying to also take a look at what the crowd is. We think this might be people that would come to the farmers market and concert. At least farmers market, people might be open to composting and interested in compost bins, so we can bring the bin. And we did a kind of a really cool example of what composting would be. We did for our Leadership Academy the other night. So we'd like to do kind of like fun things like that to get people interested, make it fun for kids, have some activities like that. So wanted to at least give this to you, think about it, and if you would like to commit to, one of these dates, we'll work around making sure we have a table there. I know we've kind of talked about, some ideas as well. So even if we did like one per month to have a table there, please let us know if you're interested, if you'd like to join us. I know people like seeing the board members out and about, but we thought it might be a fun idea. And it's it's actually a really nice evening because not only are you there, but you're also listening to music. So you can pick which night kind of tickles your fancy, and then you can kind of go from there. So so this is our little cheat sheet for I'd like to at least maybe for the next meeting, maybe we can pin down a couple of dates. And again, I'm not expecting us to cover all of that, would be too much, but we can at least kind of commit to, a couple. So that is, I think that's all I have. We have, we're going to send out an email, is that okay, for the next meeting date? That seems to work with everybody, right?
Yes.
And unless we have, Jordan, do you have anything else? Nope. No? Okay. Do you have anything for us?
No.
No?
So motion to adjourn.
I accept your motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
So
I
Steve?
guess I'm in favor.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you
Good
very
night.
much.